Why didn't Black people show up to protest? So this was a question I received in my inbox, and I want to address it. And I'll give a little bit of a history lesson, but also I want to be careful in the way that I articulate it, because I don't want to be offensive, but I also need to be very blunt. Black people don't matter, not to law enforcement, not to this administration. The police force was created. Its initial inception was done to chase down Black people, enslaved Black people who escaped. They wrote laws and legislation. They said Black people had a mental illness that made them want to escape slavery. They classified it as a mental illness, something wrong with our brains. And even as recent as the Civil Rights March, we saw tons of action, peaceful, nonviolent action that was still met with scores of police officers and dogs, and we were hosed down in the streets. We were beat with batons. Our bodies did not matter then, and they don't matter now. Not to this administration. They would love nothing more than for Black people to get out in the street, protest, so that they can declare martial law. It's not safe for us to protest. Can you imagine thousands of Black people on the streets? Can you imagine us saying, hands off, that we matter? Can you imagine what that would actually look like? What that would look like, what the video footage would show. I can guarantee you it will not show police officers blockading the street so that we can protest peacefully. It will not show police officers walking hand in hand with protesters. The headlines will read something like, rioters overtake the city. Looters are not welcome in our area. Even if there are no riots, no one is looting. The storyline is different when there are Black bodies involved, because Black lives don't matter, not in the way that they should. It's not safe for us to be in the streets. It's not safe for us. It's not safe for our country. And honestly, 92% of Black women, 80% of Black men said absolutely not. And I don't know what it was. I don't know what clicked. We didn't have a meeting. There was no Zoom call. But on Wednesday, November the 6th, we all woke up and we decided to sit down. Because, see, Black people have been fighting. We have been fighting for hundreds of years. One of the kids' books, I'll do a review on it. One of the kids' books that me and my children have gone over, it is called Born on the Water. And it talks about chattel slavery and how the greatest form of resistance was to keep existing. That's what Black people are doing. We are continuing to exist. And for us, at this point, that means sitting back so that we can continue to exist.
So there's been this online discourse about why Black people aren't out there protesting more, ain't out there on the front lines more, and saying that this isn't our fight. Some of my mutuals are into it, and they beefing with each other. But I'm going to try to explain to those people who don't know and don't understand why Black people ain't out there. I'm going to explain to y'all, and I'm going to try to do it quickly because I want to do a longer form, but that'll be on a different platform. So here we go. I was born in 86, right? Throughout the 90s and the 2000s, one of the things that kept being said about Black people is, they need to build up their community. Why don't they build up their own neighborhoods? Why don't they own their own businesses? Why ain't they doing all this stuff? They commit the most crimes. They're the main ones on welfare and all this other stuff. And they're the main ones, with affirmative action and DEI and all this other stuff. And we believed all the stuff and negative stuff that they were saying about us, our community, and our culture, right? Right. Now, fast forward to where we are now, where a lot of us are doing our research on this stuff and realize a lot of the stuff that they were saying about us was just straight up lies. We don't commit the most crimes in this country. We're not the main ones who benefit from welfare programs. We're not the main ones who benefit from DEI and affirmative action. And regardless of anything that has ever been being set against us, we still find time to laugh, smile, build up, take care of our families, and do all of that stuff. And we're learning that all that stuff that they said about us was lies. We also learned that a lot of the stuff that our ancestors fought for, the people who do benefit the most from that stuff, are the ones who will talk trash about our community and about our culture and don't even understand it. And now we're feeling offended because you guys are benefiting from the stuff that our ancestors fought for, but yet are the same ones talking some of the most trash about us. And y'all want to wonder why we're not fighting? We fought for y'all back in November. November 2024, we fought for y'all. Y'all didn't fight for y'all because it was a hectic time during that election. And that election showed black people one thing, that we are more on accord than y'all have been leading us to believe. Even black women, y'all had black women thinking that white women were going to stand by their side more than black men until them election results came in and we realized we actually are more together than apart. And, of course, we can blame it on a couple of loudmouths with a podcast, Mike, but it is what it is. So we're looking at it like, nah, y'all got yourselves into this mess. What we're going to do is build our community like y'all been saying we need to do, and y'all can go deal with this. In fact, don't ask where the black people are at. Why don't you go ask all them random TikTokers who suddenly got political and told y'all not to doggone vote or try to vote for a third party, that as soon as the election results came in, all of a sudden, they don't talk about politics no more. Ask them to go help you. Don't ask us. That's the reason why. So just in case you need to know, that's the reason why.
I have been struggling on how to say this, and I made a video earlier, I took it down, but y'all are focusing on the wrong people. Y'all are focusing on why don't black people care what Trump is doing. We do. But we're focusing on us and ourselves to survive through this. What y'all need to be focused on instead of, well, why aren't black people actively protesting and doing all the things that they usually do? One, because we told you we're not going to do that anymore. Okay? We told you. Y'all didn't listen. Two, because we can't help you as much as the people you need to help you. Okay? You need white people. You're focusing on black people, you need to focus on white people. You need to get their attention, their compassion, their empathy, their social and political power. You're focused on the wrong people. You're focused on the wrong demographic. Black people don't make up the vast majority of this country. We don't make up the vast majority of politicians. We are not in the White House. I'm telling you, you need to focus on white people and getting them to actively care and campaign and protest in your name, in your favor, and leave black people alone.
Why aren't black people showing up to the masses to these demonstrations? Why aren't we marching? Why aren't we chanting? Why aren't we screaming, this system is corrupt just like everybody else? I'm going to tell you why. Because when it was us, nobody cared. When black people were being harassed, when our constitutional rights were being violated, when black people were getting killed by the police on camera, y'all didn't protest with us. Y'all didn't believe us. Y'all didn't call the system corrupt. You asked for a backstory. You wanted to know what we did to deserve it. You couldn't just accept the truth that this was an unjust system targeting us because of our skin color. But now that ICE is involved, now that it's affecting you, now all of a sudden the government is evil. Now the system is broken. Now everybody wants to march. Where was this energy when we told y'all this years ago? We've been telling y'all that the system was crooked. We've been telling y'all that law enforcement abuses power. We've been telling y'all that the government does not protect everyone equally. But you didn't want to hear it because believing us would have meant questioning the same system that you trusted, the same system that benefited you, the same system that you defended while it was destroying us. So don't ask why black people aren't rushing to the front lines now. Some of us are tired. Some of us know how this story ends. The same people you're calling corrupt today are the same people we warned you about. But y'all didn't believe us then, so don't be shocked when we're not shocked now.